Hello gamers and welcome to another Steel Division 2 cast on Steel Division Sunday. Unfortunately I couldn't record on Friday and Saturday because I was pretty ill, but today there's new content and I read the comments and adjusted the audio volume a bit, so there should be increased the microphone volume a bit, more in the yellow now, at the edge of green to yellow. When I speak normally, and I also increased the master volume in Steel Division 2 and also increased the overall volume, so it should be a bit better now. Let me know how you think it is now, if it's better or too loud or still too silent. Yeah, also there was a suggestion to show a bit more the unit cards in the game. I will try to do that, or alternatively talk a bit more about the unit loadouts. In particular, in Division 5 matches, I think it can be interesting, to show what's going on. And yeah, now we've got the second match between Dragotango and Crusader, the Division 4 Group A match, which is also my group. And they now play on Siedlce. Check out the first game, I already cast it. And Dragotango plays first Fallschirmjäger balanced against Crusader playing Maverick with 26 guards. And I will spoiler the result of the game 1 now, so bear that in mind. Stop here and watch the first match if you don't want to be spoiled. So the first match was won by Dragotango, and it was I think it was a mirror income match. So Crusader now did the right thing and went for Maverick in game 2, which might give him the edge, because if you play against a better player, or if there's a skill gap and you have mirror income, or you have a worse income in a certain phase, you will be out rather quickly. But if you have more income in A or B phase, then you can stay in the game a bit longer and maybe make it count. It's still tough. If there's a skill gap, it's always tough, but that's the choice you need to make. And if someone is much better, then it doesn't really matter, to be honest. Whatever income you take, you will lose hard. But we'll see what's going to happen in this game. Yeah, first Fallschirmjäger. This is also still a pre-patch match. So, or is it not? Sturmpioneer, 25 points. It might be post-patch. Used to be 20. Yeah, but that's because I'm on the patch now. Okay, so this shows me like the real values. I think the match was still on 19th of January, so it's all on the old patch. It just shows the new patch stuff. So Fallschirmjäger used to be an interesting division with some air spam capabilities, some good air. It can be played aggressively as well. Fallschirmjäger are quite expensive now. They got a bit buffed again, but still quite expensive. Tigers are actually pretty shite. A low rate of fire, but we'll see. So he's got Fallschirmjäger Aufklärer in A phase with the Kübel MG, which is a good call because it gives you, for just 5 points, it gives you a Kübel that stays on the battlefield. You can, use it to scout. You can't really use it to fight because it will be shredded by small arms fire as well. Then he goes for the Panzerabwehr, which is a cool choice because it's a beefy squad, it can hold up. It's kind of like a meh and mixed loadout, but still very good rifle. Some MP40s now, they have been buffed, so they are a bit better now. Not in this game though. And then the Panzerschreck, which is really nice. Behind the lines, shenanigans can be done. And then he goes for the more Fallschirmjäger Aufklärer, also in the Kübel. So he has lots of reckon, and he double vets them. Which is actually quite interesting. Because the veterancy gives you more accuracy and rate of fire, and it's only a 2-man squad, so they don't really benefit from it. I think stealth and optics don't change at all. So I'm not so sure about the double vet. Infantry tab. Get the cheap Grenadier with the MG42. Nothing to write home about. The Fallschirm Pioneers, they are there to throw their their grenade, and they've got radar straight, 12 men strong, the Stoßtrupp with Molotov cocktails and 3 automatic rifles, and shock, and 2 Berettas, and a Bren. So this is a pretty disgusting squad. Really good. Only 6 men though, but it's pretty good. Fallschirmjäger FG42. This is like the creme de la crop, or with the 2 automatic rifles and 2 MG42s and the 6 G43s at mid-range and long range. This is a fantastic unit, one of the best units in the game. Fallschirmsturmpioneer with smoke. Brandführer in B phase, balance deck, so he puts the Führer in the B phase with smoke. Doesn't go for the Fallschirmjäger, even though it's cheaper. I guess it's because of this, because smoke is more valuable on the leader. Fallschirmjäger FG42, again in B phase, single vetted only. Can theoretically double vet them, but you know, in the balance deck not necessarily. And then Fallschirmjäger ZF, that's with a sniper rifle and 2 MG42, so they can shred as well, and you know, engage at 1 kilometer range, which is nice. But also have like a worse loadout with regards to the rifles. So to be honest, and they don't have a Panzerfaust, so I think they're actually overpriced in comparison to the Fallschirmjäger FG42. I think they should be 30 points. In the Gren MG42, again, C-phase card, yeah. Tank tab, he brings all the Tigers he can, double vetted in C-phase, clearly a good choice here to double vet them in C-phase. He has an A-phase leader here as well. Flamer, very important, good unit. IG-18, and then he goes for the MG42 and not the MG34. The MG42 usually does more suppression, but unvetted, that's an interesting call. And then he doesn't go for this shitty one. He doesn't go for the Stuck M42, which is actually quite good because it got heat shells, AP shells, and HE. It's a nice little Italian tank, and he doesn't go for the Stu. Instead he goes for the Commander and the very good LG42 with 1.5 kilometer range heat shells, so they don't lose penetration at the distance, and then 2 kilometer HE weapon. Yeah, there are more good units than you can actually fit in. Anti-tank tab, the Italian radar gun basically. And this one is really good, very high rate of fire. Pak 40, Nashorn. Then the Pak 43. Don't know why. And then the Püppchen. You can do really nice ambushes with it. It even has radar straight. So really nice. He doesn't go for the cheap Jagdpanzer here. Anti-air goes for the mobile stuff with the Flak 36. Good call, I think. All vetted, which helps because without veterancy they suck. Artillery, 80 mil mortars with radio. They've recently been nerfed, 1.8 kilometer range. The Gebirgshaubitze in B phase, single vetted, it's forced vetted. And then the Schwerefeldhaubitze in B phase with ammunition. Air tab, the Messerschmitt, or 10, or to drop some bombs early on. And then the Italian fighter in A phase as well, 3 of them. They're actually pretty nice and fast. You have lots of nice bomber options here, like this one for example as well. Same loadout as this one. Also medium resilience, actually pricing a bit weird then there. It's a bit too expensive in comparison. That, well, they are the 50 kg bombs, but well. Yeah, other than that, no, this is an interesting choice, in particular if you play with artillery as well, because you get radio as in the moment it's over the target, within range. Personally, I would take this as well and leave something else out, I guess. Also to have some recon. Yeah, very nice build here. Let's take a look at 26th Guards. And here's 26th Guards built by Crusader. It's one of the divisions that actually was still played before the patch with lots of Soviet buffs. So this now shows better availability, I think, than it used to have, because we see it post-buff here now. Snipers in A phase and B phase, they're really fast, get in quickly, and the other options are not all that great. Guardia, Domoviki, they got some massive availability buffs in the patch. Then Sturmkomorotti, they are forced double vet, but still 3 men, so that's actually pretty cool. They've got smoke, 6 men, really nice. Sturmoviki Rocks, a very good unit. In A and B phase for CQC with double flamers and the Pepe Shah. Saperi in B phase, more CQC, unvetted. I think it's worth betting them, in particular on a Maverick income, because you only lose 2, and they can do more than just throw the TNT. And the Stravniki in B phase, and then C phase single vetted Guardia DP. Other options didn't. Well, he didn't bring the Aftermachiki. I think the Aftermachiki are actually very, very good. And they shred in CQC after some patches ago when they got buffed. Yeah, he couldn't fill that in. That's understandable. Yeah, really nicely built tab. Probably some more veterancy here. A little bit more veterancy at least. Yeah, not because veterancy curve is bad, but you know, the Saperi, maybe. Tank tab, very good T-34Es. They have a very good, value. IS-1 Komorotti in A phase can do a lot of damage as well. And we've got KV-1Es and then the KV-85s. 125 mil armor. Maybe that's why Dragotango brings the Pak 43. But he's also got the Tigers and stuff, so not 100% necessary, I think, but that's probably the reason. He wants to go for the micromanagement with the 50mm mortars, and the Soviet ones have 800 meter range, so it's a good call here. And heavy machine gun. He also goes for commander, and then the ISUs, they are very good in my opinion. In particular, if you bring them in pairs because of their long reload time. You shoot and then you have to withdraw them immediately and then you can attack again. This is actually also a really good unit because it's got a flamer and also otherwise good values. Personally, I'd use that over the commander, I think. And the OB-25 is very, very good. Usually overperforms. Anti-tank, the Faust Niki. Okay, not a very good unit. Still helpful. M42, this 3-gun, and then double-vetted Su-85s. This 3-gun in A phase can also be really helpful because of the indirect fire. Yeah, he picks the only 2 viable options here in A and B phase, unvetted. You would lose a lot with veterancy, but unvetted they don't do much. This is one of the weaknesses of 26th Guards is the AA, and it's been buffed quite a while back, so it used to be worse if I recall it correctly. Artillery tab, it goes for the artillerist. Yeah, probably he wants to use them for fighting, and then he wants them to use for scouting. Su-76, they're very versatile, but in their artillery role, I think they underperform, at least for me. Artillery leaders in B phase and the very good Andriyusha. And then the BR5. Yeah. Massive boom. Air tab, Yak 9, double vetted, quite a good call. Availability is still good and the fighter as such is shite. IL2, this is really good because you can a microid, you can switch off the bombs and go after a hard target, and then you switch on the bombs, and then you can go after a soft target, like an AT gun, for example. He brings them in B phase as well with the shitty bomb loadout. Yeah, but that's a good options that he brings here. They also have very good resilience. They are very slow, but they are very good. Okay, let's jump onto the map. And here we are on Siedlce. On the left-hand side, in blue, we've got Dragotango with first Fallschirmjäger balanced. On the right-hand side, we've got Crusader with 26 guards, Maverick. On this map, yeah, first, difficult to say, but I personally think some of the flags can be snatched a bit easily, like this one can be snatched by blue, this one can be snatched by red, this can be snatched by blue rather easily. So it really depends on, you know, how hard you push and if you manage to push. So in the south, you usually see some fighting in this forest for this flag. And so what red can try to do is establish a defensive line here. It's still very close to, you know, to the supply lines, and then stop the blue player from pushing back into it. And it can be really hard for the blue player because you can get nice lines of sights. You can position your AA here. So this is a good call, but you need to manage to win this forest. Also, you can then, from the edge here, you can threaten the town as well. So this is actually often a key fight. Sometimes also blue can push through and get to even this flag, and that's obviously then really bad for the red player, because he can't use long-range tools to you know, make the blue player disappear again. Maybe Air Force, but yeah. In the town there's a church here, bear that in mind, so it gives you good lines of sight. And blue will need to keep this. There are some nice lines of sight for HMGs. It is important to have something up here, ideally, like an AT gun, something with good range, or at least recon, and some troops here so that you don't lose that flag. Also some cheap troops here that hide here just to hold the flag. Put some stuff in here so that red can't push down the hill. Red will try to get into this, because if red controls this, it will try to go along this road and get some units into here to snatch this blue flag. Over here, blue has a nice kind of defensive position because there's like this slope here, so good for AA and close artillery. and blue can also try to push this. Red kind of can try to push this, can try to push into these forests. That would be bad for blue. And up here, there's a church here as well, which is good for red. And then there's often some fighting going on here, and he who's got more range and maybe the needed AA will win this. And then, yeah, it's another lane. So there are definitely several lanes that are interesting, and then you can kind of push towards the side, like here, to gain an advantage in the fight for this lane. Or if you win this lane, you can, as a red player, then kind of push from here onto the blue player. Or you can apply pressure. If blue wins this, blue can then apply pressure here, position an AT gun here in the forest, hinder reinforcements and stuff. So yeah, it's an interesting map. Dragotango here goes for an aggressive deployment here. Puck goes here, yeah, very aggressive deployment. He wants to win this, and he's got the units for it, as you can see here. An Aufklärer goes up here, and the pack, actually pretty much exactly what I said before. Stoßtrupp in here, aggressive deployment here, right at the front line. Apply some pressure, and he wants to sneakily grab these flags. Also a good call, because red often doesn't deploy units into here. Also a rather aggressive deployment here, at least a little bit forward. not with regards to the front line, but with regards to the flag position, and then also aggressive deployment up here. As the balanced player, he wants to, you always want to try to make the Maverick player bleed a little bit in A phase, so that he then is forced to maybe do something stupid in B phase. Also, normal deployment here, with some troops in there as well. Where's this going? It's going here. And then bare bone deployment here. And there's only one unit. This is the only unit that can actually hold the front line. Because this is an AT guy and this is a Recon guy. So if this guy dies, this will collapse. Also he goes in here. What he could do is unload here as well. And then put another unit in here later. Because this covers the road and he gets into here faster. I don't actually think he's going to make it to here before these guys arrive. And here he heavily goes into the forest. That's interesting. But as you can see, no unit goes into here. And there are some units going in here. No Recon for the forest. Maybe this one, but he didn't give the unload at the church order, I think. Or did he? Well, I just can't see. I just see the arrows. Okay, probably he did an unload order here. It's even a graveyard. And then here in the south, there's some mortar, basically some artillery support, and also the 50 mil, which is a good call. And he unloads here. One problem with this deployment is, oh, there's an ISU as well. Where it's going here? It's not going to work much. Get much work done here. Here would be better. And it would be sensible to deploy drop something here, like an HMG and an M42 maybe, to apply to, stop the blue player from getting into the side here already. And that's exactly what he's trying to do. Yeah, but let's see how the match goes. Also, again, let me know if you like the adjusted volume. If I zoom in now, obviously it's a silent game, but if I zoom in now, it's much louder than before, and my voice should be a bit louder as well. Kind of the yellow area now, most of the time. I think we're going to see a first clash maybe up here. You will see that this HMG unit, oh, it might actually get there on time because it's in a jeep. While Sneaky is going in here, that's a funny call. There won't be enough time on target in here. Should have put it in here, I think. And I'm not sure why it's stuttering that hard. And there's an M42 here now. Maybe he redirected it. And it's getting some work done. And there's a Puck and an IG gun. So they will lose out. And he redirected the ISU. That's good. Here you can see, because of this slightly forward deployment, he already controls this flag. And this push here works as well. So 15-9 already. This is a bad start for Crusader. Very good smoke play here, applying pressure. He will get into CQC with the MG42. Oh, sorry, with the HMG. Oh, but this one burst was enough to hamper it, and he can now use his flames. This is in a bad position. Sturmoviki here are fighting, the Guardia is fighting. Puck 40 in a good position to help those flamers. Here you can see the efficient use of smoke. They get into the forest thanks to their smoke. And he's even snatching this flag now. On this map it's really easy to do some cheeky flag snatches. The Fallschirmjäger won't do much against the Stoßtrupps. And the PAC 40 is supporting that. It's got 1.75 kilometer range, so it will about just about here, roughly. Well, the M42 opening fire on the flamers, and there's some firefighters coming in the Sturmoviki rocks and Guardia DP. It's up and down. The Kubel is now fighting, but here you see it will go down to small arms fire. Sturmoviki obviously only with a DT. IG-18 here. Heat shells at 1.5 kilometer range. And HE shells as well. I think I need to turn down the volume a little bit at least. A bit excessive when I zoom in. At least it seems so. In the menu. Okay, I think that's better. Sniper is now firing. That's actually a good call to activate the sniper. And he now needs to make his mortars work. Now this is not being used at all. And what you can do with this unit, he knows from the fight before that there's something in here. Can ground attack this, and then the splash damage will damage these units. There's even an SDKFZ to support the push. And there's a Messerschmitt now going for the church tower. Good micro. No, it's not going for the church tower. It's actually changing to the M42. And, you know, moving out here might have actually saved the Recon unit. And now this is collapsing because there's no more unit holding the flags. So on maps like this, when you have shitty positions, it's sometimes sensible to have like a defensive cheap backup unit. You know, just to hold the flag. And now he can just push here. And I think, yeah, that's the first Tiger to contest the center against the ISU. One problem obviously is the slow rate of fire. It's gonna shoot at the Fallschirmjäger, I think. He's no micro here. But there's lots going on at the moment. And it was an attack. I've missed on what? But this is not shooting. It doesn't have enough line of sight to the left, I think. It's too close here. Positioning it here would be better, but also with regards to AA, but obviously too risky. And I think here, yeah, they're going here. But here, Crusader needs to use his mortars. Now the thing is, the front line is always in the middle between the closest enemy unit and your unit that affects the front line. So not counting AT infantry and Recon units. So he knows basically that there is a unit, and he knows that there is a unit, roughly. So he could ground attack this position here rather safely. The Su-76 is now being used, but I think I used it on Tannenberg to help contest the forest, and it was totally underwhelming. In combat mission, it's actually pretty good. Now for sneaky, but he's walking his units, he's not risking it. It's a good call. Sniper firing. ISU going down to the Tiger. Oh, that's a massive blow. It's a PAC 40. That was too aggressive play. Because you shoot with the ISU at 2 kilometer range and you do your splash damage anyway. So you can just position it here and have a better chance of surviving a Tiger hit or a PAC 40 hit. This mortar is also silent. And now there's an MG42. I think he's going straight for the church even. No, he's not. Okay. Now we see the mortar firing. Yeah, good. Retargeting here. One unit has been spotted. Now this ISU needs to engage. And it's coming. He's also going for this, but here you can see the spread is immense. So it won't do much, to be honest. Maybe a little bit. And he needs to move forward with... bringing the Comroti here is very good. But he needs to move forward with the Guardia DP. Okay, now the fight begins here, and there's a Tiger being called in. Kosniki went down, and the Guardia DP cleaning house. So Crusader managed to stabilize, but it's been a devastating A phase so far, which included a double tick, mainly because of some cheeky flag snatches. And Dragotango is a very good player. He knows exactly where to engage, when, with which force, with combined arms. I think he has a good chance of winning Division 4 actually. I don't know all the other players, but I think he has a good chance. And also again here the ISU is being used too aggressively. Because theoretically he could even get a side shot. So for example, if he moves the flamer out here and this turns, and then this could get a side shot with 65 penetration, and well, there's 85mm side armor, but at this distance might still get a penetration. It's not 100% accurate what you read there. Panzer up there, good call, can be sneaky, can be positioned here, can take out the ISU. And this is stabilized now, which is really good. ISU up here would be fantastic, covering the town a bit, depending, or maybe do some ground targeting at the houses. He's calling in the Su-76s, but he will learn in this game, as I did on Tannenberg, that it's a shite unit. I think it used to be good, but it's definitely not. Now he needs to run with these guys. They take a little bit less damage then, but the damage reduction has been reduced, but still. And what you can do is you can give them a move order, right click into here for example, and then press the retreat button, and then the unit will retreat into that direction. Because if it retreats to here or here or here, it will still get killed. But if he had retreated his unit here to here, might have had a chance. And we see the IS-1 Comroti, which is theoretically a unit you can actually open with, contest an open space like this, maybe double it with an ISU even, and then grab this flag and prevent your opponent from popping his head up. But it's a very good effort here by Crusader to stabilize, but this is also too aggressive now. There's a high risk of dying, but what is he supposed to do otherwise? ISU will be able to kill the Tiger, but it will also be killed by the Tiger. That's the problem, and at this range the Tiger will win. It's now retreating, and this will, just in case, saved. He now needs to rescue his Sturmoviki rocks as well. And he needs to get a Zis gun in here. And down goes the ISU. Second ISU going down, that's a massive blow. Sturmoviki rocks actually not going to be that helpful here. And they go down here. Because let me show you, and they are already dead here. Because they've got a range of 100 meter. And if they go here, they fight at more than 100 meter, and they will get shredded by these guys. So you would have to smoke this and then move them in and get them into CQC range. KV-85 won't be able to deal with the Tiger. I mean, theoretically yes, but the Tiger has a good chance of killing it. And now the Gebirgshaubitze come in. They will be aggressively deployed. STKFZ up here as well, as we can see, very good, and here as well. Very good combined arms usage. Dragotango calling in the units. just before he needs them. That's what you have to do. And here you see this going for the puck, and we will see that this won't do anything. Unit looks good, seems good on paper, but I think it totally underperforms. Little bit of suppression, but not even much. It's just abysmal performance. Well, now it killed direct hit, and it killed 2 of the Pak 40 dudes, so that was actually good. Almost a lucky hit on the Sturmpire. It might be better if you use them within radio range, but yeah, just about not in radio range. Sturmpires will kill the Guardia. 13-11 for Dragotango because of this. He must stop the bleed. We are already almost 4 minutes in B phase. Tank destroyer coming in. But there's no infantry support to allow it to push through. The idea is good though. Positioning of the ZSU is good as well. The M42 could as well be up here in the forest. Here we see the power of the LG42 with its 2-kilometer range. Got a good accuracy, I think, as well, with 35%. And bear in mind that it deals splash damage as well. There are now 3 units killed at once. Massive blow here. Old Stone Dragotango making good use of his air force. It's only 1 Me-410. He's got. There's no AA. No fighter, but yeah, the fighter wouldn't have a chance against all these SDKFZs. Pushing up here is actually a really good idea now. He's kind of losing ground here, he's just holding out. Too little use of the mortar in my opinion. He needs to constantly use it, and we recently saw Green use a triple, and it was a German one I think, so a shitty one. Triple 50mm mortar in this kind of little forest patch on Orsha North against Tech Power, and Green delivered a stunning victory. If you want to learn how to play aggressive on Orsha North, watch this. Sorry, it was Orsha East. Orsha East. With the little wooden patch on the side. Triple 50mm mortar. And now we see the really good Gebirgshaubitze. And here you see, this is blindly attacking. But that's because he's estimating based on the front line where the enemy units are. They have a decent rate of fire, they come with a lot of shells, and they have high accuracy. And this accuracy is also used for direct fire. Actually, the accuracy value. So the accuracy value has nothing to do... Oh no, the sniper went down. Has nothing to do with the spread. The accuracy is for direct fire. Mimil just used his SK-18s in a match against König in a very aggressive role as well. Hold the front line, but also just in case to deal direct damage. And I asked, how do you identify if a gun is capable of this dual purpose rule? And it's based on the accuracy. AB-85 here. Yeah, this goes down, presumably even to the puck. And there's another one called in. That's not a good idea, because it didn't work the first time. Why would it work the second time? The OB-25 is the better call. And there's still no ZIS gun. And if you're losing ground, it's not good to call in artillery. And there's double artillery. It's a massive artillery, but I'm not sure what he wants to do with it. Does have the 1311 now though, thanks to grabbing this flag up here. It's a good call. So SU-85 coming here is actually good. But now this guy went down to the LG-42. There's also a Tiger. It will be tough for Crusader. And then, yeah, the flags flipped again from 1311 to 1412 because of this unit falling back. This mortar is silent, hardly used at all so far. It requires a lot of micro, but it's worth it. Now this is not a very accurate shot, but he wants to get rid of these shite units. They are dominating this position in the center. There's a puck gun here as well, and the Recon unit, and AA. So this is a textbook style, combined with the aggressive pushes we've seen. Tier boards. Oh no, they're reloading. Yeah, LG-42, one direct hit, it goes down. They deliver a massive boom, but they will get counter batteried. And maybe even he put them on counter battery now to tackle these howitzers. Let's see how they do. They've got such a massive splash damage that it might actually have sniper starting to shoot. He's moving here. The mortars here not need to be silent any longer. And now old Stone Dragotango wants to push through. What does the old stone stand for? Is it like a clan that I don't know? Yeah, this will go for the sniper, but he's retreating. Because there would have been the ISU as well to shoot out of the cover. Crusader now really needs to find the flag. We are about to reach his peak in points. He's got all the income advantage points. He's got now in minute 20. From here it'll go downhill. So till these units arrive, that's when he actually needs to, you know, at the latest start bleeding Dragotango significantly. But it's not happening. Mortar is still silent. I think just with this mortar play, he could have saved this flag. There's unfortunately no unit back into the church tower. Messerschmitt coming in, there's still no AA. They are still going for the howitzer. One went down. And I think Mess, in part thanks to the splash damage. Let's see how they do. What you can also do is put them on hold fire, then give them a target. And then they shoot at the same time when you release the hold fire button. Here we go. I think with the massive splash damage they do, blast 11,830. The Gebirgshowitzer will go down. Boom. That was really well played. Obviously he doesn't know that it went down, so it continues shooting. But yeah, he now pushed back here with the support of a tank as well. Countering this. He needs to find a flag. He needs to find this flag, basically. And there's a T-32 that can do the job. Theoretically, he can just move the T-34 here. There's nothing to contest the T-34. But there's something to contest the T-34 up here in the north. ASU, they work best in pairs. And T-34 goes down. This will go down to the heat. Still haven't seen a single Sis gun, which is a bit weird. They can also help with the indirect fire. Stabilized up here. These units could move. Wouldn't do much though. Still needs to get this flag. This tank needs to move just a little bit. And now unfortunately they are silent and they are now being counter batteried. by the schwere Feldhaubitze. They are presumably not even counter-batteried, they are like ground targeted. But interestingly, there's no marker. I think we didn't hear a marker. Ouch. And he is going for the Tiger and not for the artillery. This might seal the fate for the BR5s. One more hit and they are gone. The T-34 is still not moving to stop the bleed. Now they are falling back. T-34 needs to push forward to help. Vicky Rocks can't help here at all. They are pure CQC units. They don't have smoke, they won't get to this forest. Here we see a Püppchen trap as well. And he's withdrawing them, that's a good call. ISU ground targeting this position for whatever reason. Should ground target the house. OB-25 called in. Andriusha, there we go. That can maybe help turn the tide. But still, if this T-34 doesn't move and stop the bleed, nothing will turn the tide. And so far I think that Crusader has been outtraded with all the ISU lost. Look at the massive blob of units in here. Where will the Andriusha shoot at? Will it shoot? Yeah, one BR5 goes down. It's looking very grim for Crusader. So we're now already 5 minutes into the balanced income. Strongest phase. And Dragotango even has the time to call in and the points to call in the leader. Interestingly, he went for the Linz and not the... which is more mobile, but only has a good stealth in comparison to the other commander. Now we see mortar play. There's radio thanks to the Grand Führer. Sniper goes down. KV will go down. Oh, tank misses. Yeah, but this will bounce and bounce and bounce. ZSU forcing back the Messerschmitt. But I think we will see an attack on the ZSU in a moment. And Ryusha still silent. ER5 not going for the artillery, but again for the Tiger and the Nashorn here. Oh, the Panzerabwehr trying to get a sneaky kill on the ZSU. Beefy Strafniki, he now needs to ground target this position, otherwise they will move. Yeah, and they surrender. That was close. Panzerabwehr just about forced back. And the ISU not helping the KV, and now it's side-shotted. Oh no. How sneaky. There are lots of enemies in here as well. More Sturmpires coming. Andriusha still silent. E34, well, the Strafniki actually did move. But Crusader lost another flag. This one. IS-1 alive but not doing anything. just sitting there, taking a break, buffing the snipe Harry. That's not enough. For that cost, I think he needs to push on this forest. He needs to try contest these units here, redirect the ISU and decide on where to attack. And we now see the Andreyusha. And this can be a devastating hit. And he now needs to push forward with all he's got in the forest. And he does. Now mortar, mortar! Use the mortar! And I think he did move. Why were only 3 rockets shot? That's weird. Did he stop it? ISU against the Tiger. Bouncing, and he's withdrawing, okay. It's not quite enough infantry. Because some of the forward units were not suppressed. There's a leader, there's a commander, so the veterans here is really high. And unfortunately the mortar remains silent. Ooh, and Dragotango is about to snatch this flag. Tiger here now engaging the T-34. There's nothing here to contest that. Like a Zis gun or whatnot. I'm really sure I'm possibly still reloading, I don't know. Tiger now getting very aggressive. Presumably trying to push these units here from a defensive position. IL-2 sees the Tiger because of the units here, I presume. He might get a side shot, but there's yeah, some suppression for sure. Also some damage. That was a good attack, and now Andreyusha go for this. He needs to get these guys into the house, but they will suffer hard against a double FG 42, MG 42. But there's an ISU to help, so that's good for Crusader. But nothing will help if he doesn't get this flag back. Yeah, and Crusader is doing, Dragotango is doing the right thing to withdraw a bit from the range of the ISU. This beast is moving like a tractor on tracks. It's an artillerist here, not really making use of it. Also they are silent, but they are also out of HE shells. Tiger doing some heavy lifting here again. Double Tiger actually. Andreyusha should have reloaded by now. The mortar is unfortunately silent. It would be crucial to use the mortar now, because now they will be pinned down. They won't surrender because of the leader. They will just get shredded. Double IL-2 37 going for the other Tiger this time. Well, one is going for one and one is going for the other. But not good enough because of this triple vetted SDKFZ. Because of the leader and the commander. And then one can do quite some heavy lifting. Now what about the Andreyusha? Here. And with the support of the Tigers, he moves it forward There's no threat. Now the mortar will go down as well. And next the ZSU if it's not moved back. And that is a devastating flag loss here. It will be incredibly difficult to bounce back. Tigers, Pucks, artillery, AA everywhere on Dragotango's blue side. Everything here down. And we will soon see a push on this position here. And then this will collapse. Only one ISU 152 basically holding this. Andreyusha still silent. BR5 again shooting. This time at the Tiger, presumably with radio. Immediately he's moving it, but there's also an IL-2. Forced back though. Falling back now. But there's no more round coming. As you firing at the edge here. Andreyusha still silent. As to Komroti, it seems to have battled a bit here with the Tiger. Neither player wants to risk the unit. But the battlefield is very blue, as is the flag count. OB-25. It's a really good unit with heat shells 90mm. Also the HE shells are pretty good. But it's obviously not good enough against the Tiger. Maybe with a lucky crit or something, but very unlikely. Now starts missing with all the suppression going on. Another miss. And now it's only HE left. Down it goes. Yemi 42 still from A phase, now doing a blind hit shot at this. Good enough to pin this down. This got pinned down as well. He now needs to move the Grenadier and he can then surrender. Stürmoviki about to grab another flag. Also it's 15 points now. Where was the flag grab? This one presumably. Tiger will take out the Stravniki. 19 seconds left. Another triple, desperate triple AL2 push. There are now 2 SDKF deaths. 7/2. The Andreyusha could have killed them with ease. I don't know why the Andreyusha was silent, but obviously when you play a game it's really hard to focus on what you need to do. You know, Division 1, 2, maybe 3 players do it, or some Division 4 players like Dragotango. Otherwise it's really, really difficult. But that makes the difference. Now we see Crusader lose. It's game 2 against Dragotango. Well played, both players. Good game. Chronology. Yeah, it's red front. It's usually decimated. Here, this was good when the BR5s actually did some heavy lifting when they were called in. So let's see. Bit of a hero unit, this one. A little bit. Not good enough. They were silent too long and they didn't take out the schwere Feldhaubitze, which could have helped them just a bit longer. And also the Andreyusha was underused. Yes, you 76ers hardly did anything. And the Puck here did a good job. Yeah, it was a kill by the Italian Puck here. Tiger Führer. This Tiger Führer was good. LG42. Fallschirmjäger. Tiger. Pioneer. Tiger. Yeah, so GG, well played. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. Until then. Bye for now. And also check out Commander Owl's channel, by the way. He's doing lots of casts as well. And also the known casters like Attack Power. Check them all out and support Steel Division 2. Thanks a lot. Until then, bye for now.